Hey, it's Adam, and in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can develop a healthy relationship with Mary Jane. Mary Jane, who's that? Cannabis. How you can heal your relationship with cannabis. So I feel that many people in the world, especially here in Canada, in Canada, it seems like everyone and their mom smokes weed because it is available, it's legal. There's no stigma against it anymore. People are very open and liberal about how they enjoy smoking weed, and that's awesome. But the problem with that is that it's very easy to misuse cannabis. It's very easy to abuse cannabis, to become addicted to it, to use it as a form of escapism. And I've definitely struggled with this in the past. Over my 5-year relationship with Mary Jane, we've had many arguments. We've gotten into many fights. We've broken up in the past and then we've gotten back together. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you how I healed my relationship with Mary Jane and how I use it to actually uplift me and to inspire me and motivate me. Because in the past, I've also used Mary Jane in a way that makes me feel lazy, that makes me feel unmotivated, that makes me feel disgusted with myself. So I'm gonna teach you how I went from that place to a more positive relationship with Mary Jane. So the first tip for developing a healthy relationship with Mary Jane is to make sure that you are not addicted to smoking weed. Now, cannabis can potentially be addicting, and many people use it as a crutch in their life. Many people use it as a way to avoid all of their problems in their life. So that's why I recommend that you have a sober life where you do not need weed to be happy and to feel fulfilled. So just like a regular human relationship, if you are happy being single, then you are gonna be in a good place to have a relationship with another human being and to have a successful and fulfilling relationship. But if you are needy and you need another person to make you feel fulfilled and to make you feel whole and complete, then that relationship is going to be dysfunctional. There's going to be fights and arguments, and it's going to be very toxic. And the same is true with Mary Jane. So if you find that you can't go a week without smoking weed and without feeling cravings, then that means you're addicted, and that means you have some personal stuff to work on that I recommend you work on sober and without Mary Jane involved. I have other videos about how to deal with addictions and meditation practices that'll help you feel a lot better as a sober person, so I'll link those right here. Now, assuming you're not addicted to weed, let's continue with the rest of the tips. So, one thing that was very difficult for me is how to decide when I should smoke and when I shouldn't smoke. And I've developed a foolproof strategy for deciding. Basically, whenever I get the opportunity to smoke, what I do is I take a deep breath into my heart. I focus my attention on my heart, and I ask myself the question, is it a good idea to smoke today? And then the answer comes in the form of a feeling. It's a gut feeling. So sometimes the gut feeling says, yes. Yeah, it's fine. Adam, enjoy yourself. Smoke, you'll have a great time. And in that case, I'll take some tokes and I will enjoy my time. But there are other cases where I ask myself, is it a good idea to smoke weed? And the answer is a very clear no, don't smoke. And usually the way you can tell is if you start to feel tight, if you start to feel bad when you ask yourself that question, like, should I smoke weed today? And then all of a sudden you feel kind of tight in your gut. That means the answer is no. And in that case, you shouldn't smoke, because there have been many cases where the answer was no, and then I decided to smoke anyways, and then that is when I started to feel bad, I started to feel unmotivated, I started to feel lazy, and it gave me brain fog. So follow your heart and decide whether or not it's a good idea to smoke by asking yourself the question and being in tune with your emotions and by using your intuition. That's a key one. In many cases, the answer will actually be no. And then in that case, you have to have the self-discipline to say, the answer is no, so I'm not going to smoke. Right? And you'll actually feel a lot better if you follow your heart. So that's how you develop a healthy relationship with Mary Jane. Make sure you're only using her when you want to and not when you don't want to. That's key. So the next tip is to set an intention, a conscious intention, before you smoke. So let's say you're smoking with one friend and they have a joint, and before you smoke, before you even light up the joint, take a minute to become present and grounded in the moment. Take a deep breath, and first of all, say thank you. Thank you so much, cannabis. Thank the spirit of cannabis. Thank the entire universe for allowing you to be alive and to experience life so that you can smoke some weed. Be grateful. Say thank you so much that I can enjoy this joint with my friend or by myself. Thank you so much. Be grateful. That's a key. Look at the joint. Marvel at its beauty. Look at how nicely it's rolled, or just enjoy the way your body feels in the present moment. Enjoy the fact that the whole universe exists. Be grateful. That's a key. And also set an intention. So the way you set an intention is before you even smoke, you have some type of conscious reason for why you're smoking. So when you set an intention, the intention might look like, this trip, the reason why I'm smoking is so that I can have creative inspiration for my art, or I can have creative inspiration for my business. Or the reason why I'm smoking is to heal some type of body tension. So maybe I have some tension in my legs, or maybe I injured my back. Smoke for the intention to heal and to relax. Maybe you can set the intention for grounding yourself in the present moment. Maybe you can set the intention for having deep insight into the present moment, having insight about reality, right? So there's many different intentions that you can set. A nice one is the intention to connect to nature. That's a beautiful one as well. You could even set the intention to just have fun with friends, to have a deep relationship with your friends. So that's a good way to heal your relationship with weed, is set the intention. Now, another tip is to smoke less weed and to smoke less frequently. Now, this is a big one. So, in my personal experience, a good frequency for me to smoke is once every month or once every 2 weeks. And when I smoke, I roll a small joint and I'll take maybe 5 or 6 tokes, right? So that I'm not super fried out of my mind, but so that I'm just a little bit high, just high enough so that I can enjoy. Because in the past, I've noticed that I would smoke way too much weed. I'd smoke like 2 joints, which is way too much. And I'd also smoke too frequently. So I'd smoke like every other day, which will actually start to make you feel depressed and lazy. So don't do that. Smoke less weed, less frequently. Now, this next point is the key. This next point is the difference between you smoking weed and feeling amazing and feeling inspired, and you smoking weed and feeling anxious and lying in your bed for 12 hours and feeling lazy and playing video games the whole day. This is the key. When you smoke weed, it's important that you be creative and you give yourself an outlet for creative expression. This is a big one because what weed does, what cannabis does, I explained this in my video, how weed affects your mental clarity and your mind. I talk about how cannabis stimulates the third eye and the crown chakra. Now, these energy centers in your body are responsible for creative inspiration. So when I smoke, I notice that my mind becomes flooded with amazing ideas and I become way more creative. Now, it's very important that you give yourself an outlet for that creative expression. So what helps me personally is talking. That is my art. If you can't tell, I really enjoy talking and I enjoy sharing my ideas. So that's why I really enjoy smoking with a friend, so that I can have a conversation with them, so that I can talk about all of the amazing ideas that are flooding my head. I can get them out into the world by speaking them and by talking about it. Now, what also helps me is singing and dancing as well. So some people, whatever your creative expression is, give yourself the opportunity to do that when you're high. So it could be playing music, playing guitar, it could be dancing, it could be singing, could be having a conversation with a friend. Give yourself the opportunity to express your creativity. That is key, because one of the main reasons why we smoke and then we feel tired after, or we feel perma-fried after, the main reason is because you had so much energy while you were high and you didn't give yourself an outlet to express it. There have been many situations where I'll smoke weed and I feel tired and lazy afterwards because all I did when I was high was just sit around and watch TV. Now, then there have been other situations where while I was high, I was singing and dancing and playing music and talking and socializing with people. What a wimba what, a wimba what, a wimba what, a wimba what. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In those situations, afterwards, I don't feel tired and lazy, but I actually feel motivated and uplifted and inspired. So that's the key. Be creative when you smoke. Now, we have two more tips left. The second last tip is to be conscious and present in the moment. Tune into your body. This is the key. Get yourself out of your head and into your body. Be present of how your body feels. This is why dancing works so well for me. Be conscious of how you feel in the present moment. This is why I recommend meditation so highly. Your marijuana trips will actually go a lot better if you practice meditation. Meditation naturally makes you feel good and grounded in the present moment. And many people smoke weed as a substitute for meditation. Many people smoke weed so that they can feel good and so that they can feel calm. But the thing that should be making you feel good and calm in your life is your daily meditation practice. I talk about this a lot more in my video, Benefits of Quitting Weed. I talk about how people smoke weed so that they can feel present and grounded in the moment, but that's because they don't practice enough meditation, and they're not getting that fulfillment from their meditation practice, so they seek it through drugs and alcohol and all that stuff. So be conscious. And the last tip is to accept and love yourself when you're high. Because when we're high, we all tend to do stupid stuff. We tend to feel more socially awkward sometimes. Sometimes you get more self-conscious. Sometimes you have difficulty speaking. Sometimes you trip over your words. Sometimes you say stupid stuff or you do stupid stuff. And it's important to practice self-acceptance. Don't judge yourself for being stupid when you're high, but just laugh about it. Enjoy being stupid. Accept yourself with all of your faults and all of your shortcomings. That's another key. So those are all my tips for using marijuana in a healthy way. There's some serious gold here in this video. So thank you so much for listening. I hope this video helped give you some ideas for how you can heal your relationship with cannabis. If you like this type of content, then I make content like this on my YouTube channel, mostly about personal development, psychology, healing, wow, I forgot how to talk. Personal psychology for giving you tips and techniques for psychological development, for becoming more grounded in the present moment, for mastering your emotions. And I also talk about psychedelics and how you can use those as tools for mastering your emotions as well. So thank you so much. Hope you like this video. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Share it with a friend. Check out the video that I have linked right here. And I will catch you in the next one.